you die the hero, or you live long enough to be the villain. And unfortunately, that is Mike Tomlin's situation.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams. And on today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition, we are beginning our march to the 2025 NFL season. What do I mean by that, fans? Hey, free agency's done. Draft done. Schedule release done. Hey, don't do that to the Dolphins. That's a bad look. And I liked Buffalo's AI one. I thought that was kind of cool. OTAs begin in late May. Please don't get injured. Please don't be stupid. And mandatory mini camps begin in mid-June, and then full training camps begin in mid-July. The Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers play in the Hall of Fame game, and that's going to be on Thursday, July 31st. So it's going to be here before you know it. And kicking off the season Thursday, September 4th, Cowboys, Eagles. So with me today, Captain for Life, Will Cotton, and the person I talk things strictly for entertainment most often. Will, how you doing, man?
I'm doing excellent. Doing excellent.
All right, so we're going to go through the league based on strength of schedule, and we're just going to let you know what's going on, and we'll have something to share. We'll share it. So the team with the toughest schedule are the Giants, and they're over under 5.5. Doesn't look like it's going to be a good season for the Giants. I don't think so. Okay. Guy in the news this week, Caleb Williams and the Bears have the second toughest schedule, tied with the Lions. Hey, shocked that nobody wanted to play quarterback for the Bears. I don't know why this is a news story, but the over-under is 8.5. Will, what do you think?
Under on that, under on that. On top of the fact Caleb Williams just finds a way to just be in the media that's not football. Why are you writing a book?
He's not writing a book. He was interviewed for the book.
Oh yeah, he was interviewed for the book, and they told him basically like I didn't want to be drafted by the Bears, and when they drafted me, I asked them to trade me to Minnesota. I mean, that's just bad vibes, man. But you know, 8.5 is ambitious. I would say very ambitious, which means I would give they would probably be 6 or 7, maybe more than they won last year, but I doubt them to hit 9.
And I will do more individual team bets this year because I'm lowering my unit to 5. Lions also have a very hard schedule, and their over-under is 10.5. Eagles is fourth. Their over-under is 11.5. I think that's a little high, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the Eagles. And Ak is not here, sir, but the Cowboys have the fifth hardest schedule. Their over under is 8.5. Dang, that's just I
Under.
just don't see it, man.
They have no running back. They have no running back, which is crazy because we just saw Derrick Henry get paid, and that seems something that Dallas could have paid him. I feel it wasn't like he got the moon and the stars. What is Derrick Henry going to? What the value for you? They'd have probably at least been in NFC divisional round for sure. But that's Jerry. Let Jerry win it.
Yeah. Packers and Vikings are tied for fifth. Packers over under is 9.5. Vikings over under is 8.5. But your Washington Commanders, eighth toughest schedule, over under 10.5. I looked at the schedule and my knee jerk was to do the under, but I counted 11 in a best case scenario.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Will?
Same thing. I was thinking, there was a couple games. I mean, to be honest with you, 100%. Should they have beat Chicago with that Hail Mary? Probably not. Could they have beat Dallas with Mariota? Probably not. But they did, even though it didn't matter. They also beat Philadelphia when Hurts got hurt and they became one dimensional. They couldn't do nothing. And in that game, Devontae Smith dropped a slant, which would have been an easy walk-in touchdown. That's 3 games right there. So they definitely played way more. They played better than they did than we expected. I think it's time to come back down to earth a little bit. I think they're a good team. I think they're a playoff team. I don't know if they're a divisional winning team, but 10 games could get you in the wild card or 11, but that's where they should be around. I don't know about 10 and a half. Let's say 10 under 10 and a half. 10.
Yeah, my knee jerk was under, but then I counted and I'm like, I could see 11. But that's why we have the off season to go through, and we're going to check them out before we put the paper down. Ravens have the ninth toughest schedule, and Harbaugh is still coaching. Over under is 11 and a half wins. He makes me mad. And the Steelers, 10. Over under is 8.5. I think this is the year that Tomlin has the losing season. What do you think, Will?
I think it is. I think this is the one that they actually get him out of the
I
out of
think they're tanking, man. I
think
think
that-
they're
I
tanking.
don't think I don't think they have to try to tank. They're not good. I don't know if they're trying nothing.
I don't think I could bet the annual Steelers bet. I think I might pass on them because I don't want them to lose.
You die the hero, but you live
But
long enough to be the villain. And unfortunately, that is Mike Tomlin's situation. I hope what they should do is that they move him into the front office and then they hire a guy.
can't do it. Can't do it.
You know,
Can't
I've
do
seen guys, but we'll see. But it's hard to. I don't see them getting 9 wins without a quarterback, unless somehow they're just like we want. Even if they get Aaron Rodgers, I don't see 9 wins with that.
it.
With no
No, man.
quarterback, you don't have Pickens. Obviously, you got DK Metcalf. The defense is a little older. You know
Is the Watts guy still playing?
who? Oh yeah,
The Watts
Watson.
guy? Yeah.
Watson still playing, but you're still playing in like a really, really tough division. Like it's not like now if they were in the NFC South, I'd be like, yo, hey, Steelers, man. Woo, you never know. You never. That's a tough
Yeah.
division, man. Hard to
All
say.
right. All right. So, fans, when we get back in segment 2, we're going to go 11 through 20. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CK Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches Podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. Let's get to the next set of teams. Chiefs and the Chargers are tied at 11. And Chiefs over-under is 11.5. Chargers over-under is 10.5. Either or both teams, what is your reaction, sir?
I think the Chiefs are going to be under. I think people kind of have figured them out in terms of, where we're going. Travis Kelce is not the Travis Kelce we've seen the last 5 years. He's looking rather soft. And I mean, not. He's like, he ain't working out as he should be.
Chicken circuit, man. He's on the banquet circuit.
Steak dinners, dinners where you're going to Taylor Swift, you're going to Australia, you're going over here. Hard to train when you're eating well. And he's in movies, which takes time. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to be undermanned. I think the Chargers, same thing. I think they got Najee Harris, but that's not a great improvement. I mean, in my opinion, it's just kind of like J.K. Dobbins who can catch. That's pretty much what it is. They don't have any receivers. They did keep Khalil Mack, but they didn't make any improvements in terms of something that's going to say, okay, well, they're going to overtake the Chiefs in this division. That's what I feel.
All right, three-way tie for 12. Browns, Bengals, Broncos. Browns over under 4.5. That's tantalizing for me. Bengals over under 10.5. When did y'all think they was going to be good? And the Broncos, a kill. They're very excited. 9.5 for them. Yeah, good luck with that.
I like the
Uh,
Broncos. I like the Broncos to really be close to win that division this year.
okay,
I think
all
they're going to
right.
be close.
That
And the
might
Browns are
tempt
definitely
me.
and give me the Browns for at least 6
I
wins.
I like that 4.5 myself
I do
going in.
too. I like it. I like it.
All right, there's another four-way tie for 16. We've got the Raiders, the Rams, the Texans, and the Buccaneers in that dreaded NFC South. Raiders over under 5.5. Pete Carroll's better than that. Rams over under 10.5. That's a lot of trust in the 37-year-old Matthew Stafford. Texans 9.5 wins. Can the kid play better year 3? And the Bucks and Baker we trust over under 9.5. Is there anybody that caught your eye, sir, in that second group?
Oh yeah, I think Raiders should get 6 wins. They'll get a quarterback who actually way better than he was last year, and they had 4 wins with you and me at their quarterback. So, you know what I'm
And
saying?
you got to go to the
You
stadium.
got you got Ashton Jeanty, you got Brock Bauer, who's actually a number one threat. And obviously Pete Carroll puts a whole different energy in your organization. No disrespect to the previous leadership, but there wasn't a lot of leadership, I should say, in that locker room. Rams, I don't think they're gonna get 11. I know you basically traded Cooper Cup for Devontae Adams, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see because if you think about it, Seahawks don't really got nobody. I mean, the Niners. I mean, they're not who they used to be. And it's just the Cardinals are the Cardinals. So Rams could get 11 wins. Not scared of that. Texans, I think they're not going to get that. No, I think they're out of that. I think Mixon is on his way out. I think he's kind of go that you're going to start seeing his
Decline there.
yep, you're going to see that happen. We'll see. This is going to be a big year for the quarterback. We'll see if he goes because now he has to get paid. So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
CJ's finishing year 3. Okay.
Buccaneers are not winning 10 games. Call me what you want. They're not winning 10 games. I don't
uh,
care.
at 20, the worst sports city in the country, Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons, 7.5 is the over under. I like Michael Penix. They're supposed to open up their offense a little more, but man, that town is really just. What are we doing, man? Good
And
luck to them.
I mean, well, coach, you're playing New Orleans twice. You
That's
got
terrible.
Carolina twice. That's 4 wins that you can really legit. If I'm looking at just
I used that last year and got burned. So
well,
a little
they
bit of
had
this
bump.
is me being
Remember,
salty.
well, they had bump Kirk Cousins for a good amount of the season.
There will be no Kirk Cousins slander on the Odd Coaches podcast.
They didn't have the best Kirk Cousins when they had last.
Checks cleared, and they continue to clear.
Oh,
And look for him in the preseason if somebody goes down to get that phone call
you
that
need
we
that.
see every August.
You want broke Kirk Cousins. He's nice. Rich Kirk Cousins ain't gonna be good for you. And the problem with that is you ain't gonna see broke Kirk Cousins ever again.
That guy, stick him up. Wait, I don't need a
You
gun.
don't even need a
I already
gun.
got the money.
You don't even
I
need a
already got the
gun.
money.
He got his hand in the
Uh,
bag.
uh, he's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fans, when we get back in segment 3, we're going to see who's those surprise teams. Bum City. We'll be right back on the Young Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Keith Adams, and for years, I've witnessed the struggles student athletes face on how to truly balance the demands of academics and athletics. It's a question that I have dedicated my life to answering. That's why I wrote Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. It's more than just a book. It is my personal journey, and it is filled with hard-earned lessons from decades as a coach, educator, and now president of the CKA SAFE Project. Inside, you will find practical advice, real-life stories, and a clear roadmap to help student athletes, coaches, and parents navigate the complex world of balancing sports and education. And now I am thrilled to bring this message to a wider audience as a proud member of the Cascade Sports Network. We're partnering to amplify these crucial conversations about student athlete success. I believe every student athlete deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential, both on and off the court and the field. You can purchase your copy directly from our website at www.casafeproject.org. Join me and the Cascade Sports Network as we work together to help every student athlete succeed. Welcome back to the Coaches Podcast in segment 3. Okay, we've got the Dolphins and Seahawks tied for 21. Over-under is 8.5 for both of them. Will, I am not a fan of the Dolphins. Not a fan of their coach. Talks a little loud and says nothing. Tua, he's just not that good, but I'm not mad at him. Seattle, they took a risk. I forgot who they're going to have at quarterback. Darnold. Sam Darnold. Mike Connors would have had me on that one. Yeah, good luck with that, man. The Bills are tied for 23. Here's where your money's coming. Over-under is 11.5. Take the over because they've got a weak schedule.
Give me that one.
Give me that one right there. I want the Bills.
All right, give me that
one.
Shout
out to Tyler Olix, my man. I want the Bills. Okay. Jacksonville is tied for 23 with the Bills. Over-under 6.5. Trevor Lawrence has gotten paid like a star, and he's sitting at the head of the dinner table acting like the waiter. It's the AFC South, hadn't done a thing, and got his 15th head coach, and I will still probably bet on the Jaguars again.
Oh, yeah, a lot of eyes on Jacksonville. You know, this is one of the biggest teams that expanding to Europe. We're all see him in Europe. You know, we have Trevor Lawrence on a big contract.
Some 9 o'clock games when we were taping an NBA show.
And we also have Travis Hunter, who everyone, and to be honest with you, I think he's a great athlete, jack of all trades, but a master of none. I'm sorry, that's where I'm going to stay with this. He's going to be a really good guy in the NFL for a long time. Will he move the needle? I don't think so. Is he all pro, or I can see that? I don't see it. But he's going to be one of those very crucial guys that are going to be on the team that has a lot of longevity, and he's a good kid.
But I'd let him play both, but I would be very mindful.
You have nothing to lose, and if I was an agent, I would say that opens up a whole different world of contracts.
Yeah. So if I'm booking it, and you're a football guy, he's playing nickel coverage. And he's playing 3 downs at wide receiver, but I could put him out in nickel package and obvious passing downs. I don't want him tackling nobody.
He's gonna have to, because if you're playing nickel and you're playing slot, you're gonna get a guy who's going around, you know, crossing routes. You got to catch and you got to grab him, you know, or you got to be in front of him. So he's gonna be busy.
Yeah. All right. Colts are 25. Over-under is 6.5. That's your boy, Anthony Richards. What are you thinking about the Colts, man?
The Colts are one leg are ready for reset. They just don't know it yet. Somebody is going to come up on Jonathan Taylor on free agents, not free agents, getting traded, and that's how it's going to work. Somebody's going to come up because they're not good. They're not good. They're just not good. They miss with Anthony Richardson, which is unfortunate because I like the kid.
The kid played 7 games. We knew that. We were on the air like, what y'all doing?
But not only that, but
they played a week and a half in the SEC.
If they had to pay him $50 million, you know, for his contract, like 2-year, $50 million, they'd keep him. But it's going to be something more. They can't because he's not good enough to do that. And if I was me, I'd go right back into the draft and get another guy.
Oh man, it's the 1980s.
I don't think
West Unseld Bullets drafted like that.
I don't think they hit the 6.5 wins. They're drafting a quarterback next in the next draft.
Yeah. All right, the Jets. The BCA is real. Over under 5.5. I'm taking that because I'm probably not taking the Steelers bet. I probably will take the Steelers bet and just do a BCA bet. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that.
I like the Jets. I think they have a good defense still. They can get 5 wins, and again, you're still playing the bum Patriots, and I think you can get at least one win off the Dolphins. We'll see what happens.
All right. Cardinals and Panthers are tied at 27. Over under for the Cardinals, 8.5. I don't know how they got that. Kyler Murray's still quarterback, right?
I don't know where that.
And Panthers, they get me every year, and they will probably get me again this year. Over under 6.5. I got to stop doing that. But I think I might be sucked in, but we'll see what happens with that. All right. Tennessee with the number 1 pick. I think you're going to be disappointed. No, 29.
I know they're gonna be bad. They don't even got no primetime games.
They got no primetime games.
Zero.
The over under is 5.5. You gonna play with that one?
Nah, I'm scared.
Nah. So the Patriots are 30, and their over under is 7.5. What did I miss a memo? Did we miss a show? What makes them think that the Patriots are gonna win 8 games?
Stephon Diggs? I don't know. And they got that kid from what's his name? Was
Drake May's the quarterback.
But they also grabbed the offensive lineman. Offensive lineman? I forgot his name, but
I'm still looking for 8 wins, and I
don't see it.
No, I don't see it. Okay, Saints are terrible. 31.
5.5 is a joke. That's a joke. Give me that now. If it was 3.5, I would take it. I'll take it there under.
I might take the under on that one. They might move the book by the time this comes out.
Man, yeah, it's gonna be minus 2.5. So 2.5 wins. You gonna take it?
I'm not taking 2.5 in the NFL team, but all right. And the worst schedule, the easiest schedule is our man follower at San Francisco 49ers with an over-under of 10.5 wins. Will, this is a no bum conversation, but Brock Purdy got $50 million. What did he do to earn 50? And don't tell me about 2 years ago, because I watched last year. And don't tell me you didn't have no talent, because Patrick Mahomes didn't have what he had, and he got through. So if you're going to pay him, and I say that because you're about to pay him 50. If you're going to pay him 40, then I wouldn't say that. You're going to pay him 30, I wouldn't say a word, but you paying him 50. Trevor Lawrence got 50. Why these bums that done nothing? And then we're going to talk about Kirk Cousins. That's why there'll be no Kirk Cousins slander on this show, because he beat the system clean. These guys have beat the system dirty.
I heard a great analogy of this. Quarterbacks in the NFL are like sandwiches at the airport. You can't leave. It don't matter how the sandwich is good. I don't care if it's great. It's going to be over expensive. That's it. If you're in the airport, your sandwich is going to be $21. Is it good? Maybe. No. I don't know. Sometimes it's $30. You got a good joint. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the price is the price. When you're in the airport, you can't leave. You're paying what you're paying. Or you're going hungry, which a lot of teams decided. So you bought a very expensive sandwich. I hope you enjoy it.
I think that's a good way to end it. So on behalf of our team captain for life, Will Cotton, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, also seen on the Cascade Sports Network. And we will see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project.
In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.